Now let's go spend some time sharpening these skills in the water. So if you notice in the offensive player here, as he's attacking the cage, defensive player's coming at him as an attack. With his inside hand, he's protecting himself from the defender, as well as keeping the ball up. It's very crucial that you keep the ball alive in this situation, because if the defender does foul you, you are now wasting time on the opportunity to pass it to the open man. It allows the defense to catch up to that open man. Also underwater, you'll notice that his body goes from a horizontal position to a vertical position, almost a 45-degree angle, allowing himself to protect himself from the defense. Notice also the work rate of the legs, keeping those legs in an egg beater or a split egg beater. So this is step away, moving to your weak side. Now moving to the weak side is when the defense is coming to your strong side, the ball is in hand. You have to step away. Two ways to do this. One is bring the ball over your head or do a 360 spin. You notice here in the 360 spin, the legs are working hard. And notice also, he doesn't hesitate to make that pass because he's already aware that he needs to make that pass prior to the defense getting there. So this is step to your strong side when the splitter's coming on your strong side. Notice that in this situation with the right-hander, you're receiving the ball cross-face. When you're receiving the ball cross-face, that guy has the opportunity to blindside you. It's very important that your vision is seeing both splitters coming from your left and right. When you're stepping strong side, the ball is up, you're aware that the guy's coming to you, you're stepping across with your vertical legs, stepping over into a split egg beater, almost like diving to your strong side or your offhand side. If you notice in the above water angle, you'll notice that there's separation between the offensive player and the defensive player. You notice that this weak side hand is digging into the water to move him away from that defender. The other thing I want you to pay attention to is him jumping up over with the legs with the breaststroke kick, up and over the defense to make that pass. So this is step to your weak side drill. This is when the splitter's coming to your weak side or blind side, when you have to step up and over the defense. And you have to react to that by keeping yourself in the vertical to a horizontal dive to your weak side. It's very important here that you step up and you use your legs and you reach up and over that defense. The defenders should be in a somewhat of a 45-degree angle or a horizontal angle moving at you. So your leg thrust of a breaststroke kick up and over him, you should be able to clear his arms or his trailing arm to pass over to the next guy who is open or diving into that open water pocket. If you notice in the underwater camera, the hips switch. You jump switch your hips over almost in a split egg beater situation with a big thrust of the breaststroke kick to allow you to penetrate up out of the water to make that next pass. The other thing that the offensive player can use on it when he's being blindsided is his offhand. His offhand is on the side of the defense. With that offhand, you can use it as a shield to defend your defender away from you. That gives you a second or half a second to leg up with your breaststroke kick to pass over your defender to the next open person. Here you see a four-player moving to his right, drawing that defense with him, stepping over his legs and passing it over him. The step back pass. This is when you're stepping back when you have a defender in a zone, coming to knock you down. You're trying to gain space or create space behind you to make that pass to set. One thing is very important here. You got to make sure that you don't necessarily always go on your back because the 2-meter man can come out and steal the ball. So the best way to attack this is go to your back, give yourself some time away from your defender, go back on your legs and elevate, and then you can either take the option of shooting the ball or passing the ball to set. Notice underwater, you'll see him go back with a big breaststroke kick and then snap his hips and his legs back underneath him. That way he can penetrate himself back in a vertical position and elevate up and over the defense. Here's a nice reaction from the fourth player when he's being foul to foul right here when the ball's coming back to him. He steps away from the defense, protecting the ball, keeping the ball alive. And then a great pass from set. So this is step in pass. This is when you're attacking a splitter situation. The splitter, you want him to commit to you. But the only time a splitter is going to commit to you is if you attack the cage and you become a threat to the cage. In this situation, your arm motion is going to follow through as though you're shooting the ball, stepping inside of your defender or your splitting defender and making that pass to the open player to your left or to your right, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. Step in from your weak side. A weak side defender is coming to knock you or blindside you. You're stepping in with a big motion, a big sweeping motion, and passing it to your left-hand side or your left opponent. Anytime you do step in with your shoulders or your breaststroke kick, it's very important that you try to get the goalie to jump. That hitch in your shoulders is really what can sell the defense that you're putting the ball through the back of the net and at the last moment making an open pass for an open shot.